That's what I need. Ah. Ah. It was great. It was great. We're going to enter. So we're going to reset, and then we're going to enter. I don't know why Underdog's this way. Not what I wanted. Give me to the fast puppy. How is this full already? That's crazy. Alright, waiting for 10 people. So we're going to wait. I'm going to grab my laptop. And then we're going to do this. Oh. Alright. This should fill up pretty quick. Oh. Make sure everything is good. Everything good. There we go. Hopefully I can get a top pick for once. I just never get them. Dude, I can't ever get a good pick. What pick did I get? Did I get 12 again? Brother! I just want a top pick. I always get a bottom. Always. Fucking always. That's crazy. Like, fuck. Ah. That's fucking unreal. Alright. Dude, how delayed? I might have to go through my stream settings. I feel like I'm pretty delayed. Oh. Like, I don't think I have, like, any shares of McCaffrey, Lamb, or Hill yet. I have Chase. I like Chase. I have him over Hill. But I'd still like to have exposure to him, you know what I mean? I don't have any. So we're picking from the 12. So I pretty much know who I want, but we're going to see. I mean, best case is Garrett Wilson. Don't get him. We're going to take Drake London. Alright, so we have that. Jonathan Taylor, Chris Olave. Let's go. Ooh. Let's go. I got Jonathan Taylor first. Let's go Taylor. Alright, so we're I'm through 100 players now in my rankings. I want to try to get it at least the first version done by the end of the month. That is my goal that I'm working on. So I'm 100 players in, so I don't know, probably 120 I would have to look and see kind of where my cutoff point is going to be, but I want to have that, and then I'll have like guys that, you know, looking at for waivers. Obviously, the off season, or it's not off season anymore, but preseason kind of, you know, news and stuff, and make adjustments there. Guys, I'm looking at rookies, you know, stuff like that. But I at least want to have this available for our subscribers. That's just what I want to have, just to add on more for what you pay for, and it's a very cheap subscription. But I just want to have it done for me personally. I think that's a goal for me. So yeah, we're not picking again for a while. This is what sucks in these, is the fill-in time between picks, right? So we can go and, I guess, look at other people's rosters until we get pretty close. McCaffrey, A-Chain, Ayuk, CD, Devontae, Tyreek, Mike, Jamar, Jalen, Amon-Ra, Saquon, Jefferson, Debo, Bijan, Olave, Malik Neighbors? What? That's a little excessive there, if you ask me. That's crazy. I don't even care if that's where he's supposed to go. That's just crazy. I do not have Malik Neighbors that high. I'm going to be honest with you. I think like Garrett Wilson and Drake London are his highs, but we have a very shaky offensive line and bad quarterback play. Which, to be fair, is like the Jets and Falcons lately, but that's besides the point. Alright, so we're coming up. We're on pick 36 and 37. I gotta move down, apparently. So who is here? Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry still available for me. ETN, I think I'm going running back here. So he took him, I think we're going double running back. We're going to take Isaiah Pacheco, and we are going to take, what do I have? I think he's my highest rated. So we're going to go Travis Etienne. We're going to lock up some top running backs. Obviously now it's going to be a long time before we pick again. But that's kind of where we're at. Jonathan Taylor, Pacheco, ETN. Granted, I still have I think it's 2 flex. 1 flex. So I think I'm probably the only person that did that. Yeah, 3 running backs. Josh Allen, first quarterback taken. Trey McBride, tight end 1. You're in, holy hell. He takes Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride. That is ballsy coming from an offense. It's probably not going to be as good as you think it's going to be. But go for it, I guess. I'm not investing in Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride. I'm investing in one or the other, right? I don't want Marvin Harrison where he's at. Trey McBride, I'm not taking Trey McBride over Laporta and Travis Kelce. I'm telling you that right now. Where do I even have Trey McBride? I have him as tight end 5. So I'm taking Trey McBride after Mark Andrews and who is the other one? Dalton Kincaid. All right. Trey McBride is my tight end 5 this season. That guy goes Lamar over Jalen. Interesting. That guy lucks out and gets Jalen with Devontae. Yeah, that's just, I don't know how you do that. That's just very odd in my opinion, going McBride and Marvin Harrison. Like, they're a bottom 10 offense respectfully, right? They're in a rebuild. especially offense, I'm not taking those two guys on the same team. Unless both of them are falling in really, really like bad spots, I'm not taking both of them. So now we're getting to my quarterbacks, right? And I don't think there's a scenario Anthony Richardson falls to me. If he does, that's where I'm going. Wide receiver wise, we're obviously going to have to take some of these wide receivers coming up. But the interesting thing is, like, who do I take, right? So we're starting to fall. Wide receivers are going pretty heavy. As you can see, it's pretty much a lot of orange, right? So we got to invest in a wide receiver. Anthony Richardson goes before Mahomes. I don't hate that. Yeah, we're going to have to get some wide receiver help. So let's see what we got. Keenan Allen goes. It's kind of one of my picks. Yeah, we're like punting heavy at wide receiver right now. I think we're looking at Rashee Rice and DeAndre Hopkins. I think those are my next two. Yeah, easily my next two. So he takes Rice. So I think I have Godwin. We're going to take Godwin. And then I think D-Hop. Ooh. We're going to take Deontay Johnson. I have him just slightly over D-Hop right now. Granted, both defenses or offenses are pretty shit, right? I think there are two more offenses that are bottom 10 in the league. Obviously, with Adam Thielen getting older, I think Deontay kind of stands out a little more than DeAndre Hopkins to Calvin Ridley. I think DeAndre is probably going to lead that team in receptions, and then I'm going to bet that Ridley's going to lead the team in yards. So I think Deontay Johnson is a good shot of leading the team in both. Obviously, you have Adam Thielen there, right? Both wide receivers are in similar play styles of what they bring to the team. But I'd rather take my shot on Deontay and DeAndre Hopkins. I have to get there, but I think I'm higher on Bryce Young than I am Will Levis. Will Levis has got a lot of weapons set up for him, but the draft capital isn't the same, obviously. If Will Levis doesn't succeed kind of with the way this offense is, there's a good chance they're going to go away from him. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I mean, you have a offensive-minded head coach. Their offensive coordinator comes from Jacksonville. You saw kind of the numbers he did with Evan Ingram. Calvin Ridley had his bad weeks, but Christian Kirk, a good piece. ETN, right? And now Will Levis has got DeAndre Hopkins. He's got Calvin Ridley. He's got Tyler Boyd. He's got a good. I think his running backs are a good 1-2 punch, right? I think Spears, if Tony Pollard does what he did last year, it's going to be Spears' running back room. And then I think it's a good bounce back season for Chig. I don't think it's going to be special, but I think from where he finished last season, it's a good bounce back. But Bryce Young gets an upgrade in offensive line. They still have a tough schedule. Their defense gets some upgrades as well. They had Deontay Johnson. They had Xavier Legette. They had Jonathan Brooks. They had Jatavian Sanders. They went young, and it's smart. It saves you money, right now, so you can get Bryce Young some veteran, price tags. That's perfectly fine. If you think about it, they got a rookie running back, a rookie wide receiver, a rookie tight end. Like, obviously, you're not paying running backs anymore. You are paying wide receivers. You're not paying tight ends a premium. I think it's higher than what it has been in the past, but you're not paying that premium anymore, or premium at all, but it is going up. But offensive line and then the defense, there's, you can make a case besides linebacker. Everything defensively can get paid. Safeties as well, so you're looking at, getting a top corner. Your defensive line is very in. So Joe Burrow's still here. We're taking Joe Burrow. Hunter, if someone takes Joe Burrow, I might scream. And you guys are going to see it. This is tough. So I have Najee pretty high up there, and Najee's there. I don't want to go for running. Like, this is running back heaven. Like, and that's what I hate. A lot of wide receivers went. Like, a lot of these guys. All right, so he went Najee. He made that easy for me. So we're going to go Joe Burrow. I want to take another running back, though. I really want to take another running back. But I'm going to look at the wide receivers and kind of regroup and see. There's not a lot of strong cases, though. So I'm going to go J-Mo. All right, so we're, not picking for a while again. I don't like being in the 12 spot because this is what it does. Like, if I'm in that 6 or 7, this lineup probably looks a lot different than what it does right now. Like, I'm not in love with my wide receiver room at all. Like, I love my running back room. I think that's 3 strong running backs in Taylor, Pacheco, ETN. Going to be solid guys if healthy. And then I love getting Joe Burrow where he fell. My wide receivers, I don't like where they fall. And it's because the way some of these builds are on these teams already. Like, guys got 1-1-5-0, 1-2-3-1, 1-0-5-1. Just make sure I'm not repeating myself, but like, some of these guys are wide receiver heavy already, which kind of hurts. There's some running backs, but you could see, like, running backs, tight ends kind of getting tossed. Now they're going off the board, right? People got strong wide receiver rooms, so now they're going to go for running backs. It's just the way this draft went. The half PPR, though, I'm okay with having 3 strong running backs in a half PPR draft, so that's where we're at with that right now. 15 picks away, so still going to be a while. The thing that I hate is not having a piece with Joe Burrow. That hurts, right? So, maybe Kirk with Drake London, Baker with Chris Godwin, but I'm not in love with how my wide receiver room has turned out. It just went wide receiver fucking heavy. Like, 3 wide receivers, 3. That hurts, right? That guy had like a similar build, but obviously being where he's at compared to where I'm at is a bit different. Strong thing of quarterbacks here as well. Where are we at? Pick. So we're kind of running out of my rankings already, but there are some guys that I have in my rankings. So looking at that currently, 4 picks away, so we're getting close. Let's see, running back, where we're at with running back. Javonte, Tyjair Spears, Gus Edwards, wide receiver. None of these guys cracked my 100. Tight end. I don't think any of these guys cracked my 100. So this is going to be fun. I think this is going to be a 3 tight end build towards the end. I can't even do towards the end. Like, we got to take a tight end soon. So let's go. I think we're going to go running back here. We're going to take Gus Edwards. Resets the clock. Then we can kind of look at what we have wide receiver wise. And I think I really want to go Shakir again, but I think I have a little too much. So let's go Mitchell. I gotta look at who I have, but I know I have a lot of Shakir. I take him. He's my Buffalo guy I'm going for, so. So I got There's what? 1, 2, 3 guys without quarterbacks. So I'm in a pretty good spot quarterback wise of who I wanted. I wanted Burrow. Like, Burrow's one of my guys. So he's number 6 for me, I believe. Yeah, he is quarterback 6. Joe Burrow is quarterback 6 for me, so I got him in the 7th round as quarterback 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, as quarterback 8, so that's pretty good there. Obviously, you can see quarterbacks kind of falling. I'm really digging my running back room, though, I'll tell you that much. I also have it, Mitchell and Taylor, as of right now, are the only 2 guys on the same team. I'm not a huge fan of taking running backs and wide receivers on the same team, unless they're a top 10 offense, right? So we're talking like a Detroit, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, granted first round, but David Montgomery and Amon-Ra, you know. You could go San Fran, like that's another team you could go the route of, but let's say like Green Bay, right? The targets are already pretty confusing as who's going to lead what, but getting... Let Shakir fall 9 picks to me. Let everyone pass on Khalil Shakir. Practicing... Like, just let him fall. I will gladly take Shakir if he falls 2 rounds behind where I was last picking at. Gladly take that. Wide receivers, there's a lot of rookie wide receivers coming up. Demario Douglas there. Rashard Bateman. Michael Wilson later. But we're looking at a lot of rookies. Javon Baker's a name I'm taking in the back end of the draft over Polk. We'll see. We'll see where we're at right now. So obviously there's a... And he takes Shakir. So that sucked. I was hoping he fell 4 more picks to me. That would have been awesome. See an uptick in running backs taken. What's crazy is seeing Trey Benson where he's at. So this is what I personally don't like. You take James Conner and Trey Benson. Why? Like, that makes 0 sense to why you do that. If you're doing that in a lineup league, that makes sense, right? If you're taking a guy that's, you know, is handicapped like a Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, I guess. But so we need a tight end. We're probably going to punt at tight end if we're being honest. I'm going to take Caleb. I'm getting my 2 quarterbacks. That's my 2 quarterbacks. Running back, wide receiver. No one is really standing out. So let's go Gabe Davis. Want to get another wide receiver, right? Buff that up. So Etienne Davis, like, not in love with that either. But it gives us time. So we have our 2 quarterbacks. So quarterbacks is done. We're at 6 wide receivers, so we're getting pretty strong there. I feel the way running backs goes, I'm going to find some value at running back. So I'm focusing on wide receiver and tight end. The rest, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks left. So we got to make that work. But yeah, so there's 2 things so far that stand out to me in this draft that I don't like. This guy going both Arizona guys right there. Getting Kyler so you get the stack, but you're hoping that offense is off the charts for that to work out. Going James Conner and Trey Benson, I don't love that. You're taking 2 running backs on the same team on a best ball team. Granted, like I said, they're going to be a bottom 10 offense as far as points scored unless they pull out some miracle, but I don't see that happening in Arizona. I just don't think they have the pieces there yet. Like I said, they're going through a rebuild. I'm not taking James Conner and Trey Benson, right? Because if you're banking on Trey Benson producing, that means James Conner falls off, which means you wasted a pick. And then if you're hoping James Conner does good, you wasted a pick on Trey Benson, right? How many starters do we got again? Right? Let me look it up. 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3, 6, 7, 8. So it's one of your first benches, and you get them on the same team as that. So that just counterintuitive. Let's see if anything else kind of stands out. I don't think it does. I kind of like the way this guy's lineup is built. Those are guys I like. CD, Devonta, Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs, Kamara, Evan Ingram, Mostert, Javon, name yourself Javonte. Just do it. TJ, Cole Kmet, Evan Ingram, pretty stacking up on tight ends there. I kind of like the way that's built. Tyreek Tua. Lamar without a pass catcher. Interesting. Alright, we need to look at our board so we don't get stumped again. Kendrick's there, Burton, Quentin Johnson, Adam Thielen, Wandell. I think we need to get a tight end. We're running into a very big punt situation in tight end, so we're going to pick up a tight end. But I'm looking at... I think we go Bateman here. We're going to go Bateman, and we're picking up a tight end. And we are going to pick up... I don't want to let Chig fall too far, so I'm going to pick Chig. I don't think he comes back to me. We're punting big at tight end. Big. We're taking a huge loss. This is what sucks about taking, early you get the talent a little more divided. Late, I'm getting the back end of talent and then reaching almost. So, I'd rather have McCaffrey, Achane, Ayuk, right, than I think what I have. He has the running back advantage, in my opinion. Running back advantage in Achane, according to mine. I have the wide receiver advantage. So yeah, it's very complicated, but like we are massively punting at tight end. So I'm looking at realistically what I'm looking at right now. I don't think Cade might fall, so I like Cade and Jelani Woods. If Jelani Woods is healthy, I cannot wait to see Anthony Richardson and Jelani Woods. I think that's going to be a disgusting duo. Like, there's a lot of running backs right here that I like, too. This is what sucks about the way I kind of took people. But, looking at it, Elijah Mitchell, Bucky Irving, you could say Khalil Herbert, Tyrone Tracy I want to get some more of. I would rather take Roshan for where he's at. Let's just look at running backs. Tank Bigsby's there. Will Shipley. Keaton Mitchell's another name. After that, I don't really think there's much. Yeah, I don't think there's really much, so. Definitely going to have to get it. At least one more running back. Might go 2, but I'm going to say at least 1. All right, so I don't need this anymore. I don't think nothing really stands out on builds too much. 3 quarterback, 1 kind of does. 2 is Stafford Baker. So we go. He gets 3 stacks. Oh, it's me again. All right, so Bucky's there, so we're taking Bucky. I'm getting a fuck ton of Bucky Irving. And then maybe Jelani Woods falls back to me. Let's go. Boom. 2, 6, 7, 1. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that for running backs. How many picks do we got left? We got two picks left. So we're going 2 tight end. I'm not taking, Chig by himself. I'm going 2 tight end. I'm hoping, like, Jelani Woods. And then there is Dawson Knox and Jatavion Sanders, maybe. That's kind of who I'm looking at. Looking at some of the projections is crazy. Like they have Mike Gesicki projected at 49 points in Cincinnati. But then you go and look at some other tight ends. Cade Hover being, tight end 3, projected 48. Bell, New England, 2 tight end formations, 48-8. Hudson, in Cincinnati. Logan Thomas in San Fran. Like, the numbers are pretty close for guys that are going to be on the bench. But, yeah. All right. So, let's look at everything. See where Jelani Woods kind of lines up. 206. Sorry. Right. So 206, right around where I'm picking. The way some of these guys are falling is pretty good for me, though. Hopefully, 2 tight end, 2 tight end, 2 tight end, 2 tight end. So I don't think any of these guys are going to go tight end, but that doesn't mean that they won't. Plus, Juwan Johnson's there. Maybe they go Juwan first over Jelani. If Jelani gets picked, I'm not in a good spot. I'm going to be honest with you. And he goes, Parkinson. Okay. So, someone did go 3 tight end. Where am I? I feel like my projection compared to other people is bad. Go back to me. 2603. Oh yeah, mine compared to other people is bad. We go Jelani and then we go Burrow Williams. We're gonna go Dawson Knox, and that is it. That is the draft. That is the roster. Burrow, Williams, Jonathan Taylor, Pacheco, Etienne, Edwards, Bucky Irving, Tracy, Drake London, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson, J-Mo, Mitchell Davis, Bateman. Like, I don't love this draft. If I would have known that running backs would have got disrespected early, I probably would have went wide receiver, but I thought with the half PPR, wide receivers might go lower. They did not. and then an absolute punt at tight end. Absolute punt, right? I'm hoping one of these guys has a okay week here and there. That is it. So, yeah, not in love with the way this one went, but what are you going to do? That's the point of doing this. So, hope you guys did enjoy. We'll see you